Hello and welcome to this special show, Diwali Dhamaka. I have with me none other than Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. Yes, welcome, and I'm so happy. Actually, I'm quite honored to be having this conversation with you.
Same here. And it's great to see a very fit, very glowing, the envy of most women.
No, nothing like that.
Kareena, I think I've seen you as a baby also.
Yes,
and
of
it's great to see you now looking so good and smiling away.
No, thank you. Of course, I am very curious to know that what makes you so successful.
God's
You can ask me that question after you answer.
Sure, I will. I think God's grace and endless blessings. I think we are what we are by the grace of God and the blessing of elders. Of course, hard work, luck, intelligence, risk-taking.
Risk-taking, that's
It's all
an
a
important
combination.
factor.
But finally, it's all the grace of God. We are what we are because God has chosen us. And I think hard work surely matters. Also luck, risk-taking. I think the ability to take defeat with a smile.
Yeah.
And the ability to learn, not be afraid to make a mistake, but learn from it.
Yeah.
And therefore, I think if we feel that life is about, I feel life is not about regrets, it's about learnings.
Absolutely.
So if we learn from everything, I think we progress in life.
I completely agree with whatever you have just said, because I in fact follow that mantra that I think what makes us are also our failures rather than all our successful projects.
Absolutely. If there was to be no failure, how would there be success? But both is a comparison.
Yeah.
But what about you when you were born in the Kapoor family? Your mother was a great actress.
Yeah.
So did you learn acting right from the stomach or?
Well, I believe that acting is definitely in my genes. And I think that's how also, I think Karishma or Ranbir, I think we're all very, very passionate about our work. Because I think it's like I say, acting to meri ragon mein daud raha hai. And there's no option. It's like if someone asked me, what else would I be if not an actor? I don't know, because yeah, like you asked me, I think I've been acting since I was in my mother's stomach.
So what was it like being born in the Kapoor Khandan? And what are your memories of your interaction with Mr. Raj Kapoor, if any?
Well, I think that it was a very short span because, of course, I think he passed away too young.
When you were only 5, I think.
I was actually 8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but of course, it was still young because, it obviously just started warming up and started remembering our experiences at that time, and then he went away too soon. But I think it's been a glorious childhood, of course, thanks to my parents also. And mom was, of course, stricter than dad. Dad's always been a friend. Mom's always had to be the one to kind of, show us the right path. Also, in a way, I think business-wise, if I say, I would say my mother is sharper than my father. I think so.
I think most women are sharper than men in finance matters.
You think so?
I think so.
Is it always been, or are you saying in today's time?
No, in the sense that, all women in India are taught to save. They're taught to be frugal.
Right.
Right? And I don't know, I find ladies in general are more caring, more conscientious.
So caring also in terms of like caring towards money and expenditure.
And expenditure. So, they have a greater sense of, they always worry more about the children than the father.
They basically worry about the future. They're also living a little bit in the present, but I think there's always like future care. Like mom was always like, she taught us one thing. She said, if you make 100 rupees, you spend 20 and save 80. She's like, that is my mantra in life. And till today, she does that.
What are the most, memories of your childhood? I heard you went to William School.
Yeah, I was in William in Dehradun, and it was amazing. Actually, I never wanted to go to boarding school, but when I went there and I lived my life there, which was so independent, that actually when I was leaving school, I was actually crying that I don't want to come home. This is it. I want to live in Dehradun. So I'm actually quite open kind of person because I've lived alone, I've traveled alone. I've stayed alone a lot because my mother was constantly traveling with Karishma at that time because Karishma was in the films, and so that's how I think we're both very different. I'm a lot more independent, whereas Karishma is not. She's more protected. But I think, yeah, it worked out better because now it's like I do handle my own life. I take my own decisions. So that's why my success and failures, I would say, are my own.
And how did your career start? Did you contemplate? I heard you studied law and.
Well, I wanted to study and become a criminal lawyer. And that was that. ऐसे, I don't know how suddenly एक ऐसे था that, you know, I want to do something different because I was also slightly rebellious. So I think वो एक rebellious streak था that I don't want to do whatever everybody's done in the family. So it was just a phase. But I'm glad that I didn't because I saw the size of all the books and I ran away. No.
So how did the first film start?
I think that it was just a given that this is it. I mean, like I finished college, I did 11th and 12th, and then I just told my father that, you know, this is it. I want to join movies. I want to act because that's what I've been watching, you know, I think right
And
from
you had no
Karishma.
formal training fact.
No formal training in acting, no formal training in dance,
So
nothing.
you're a natural.
I don't know whether I'm a natural, but I think that I'm passionate and I follow my passion.
And who gave you the first break?
JP Datta
JP Datta in Refuge.
in Refugee, yes.
So which has been the best role of your life?
Well, I think I would say there are a number of roles because I think in a span of 20 years, I've been working 20 years now. So I think in that entire span, I think there are a couple of films that I've loved, whether it was Chameli or Omkara. I did a film with Govind Nehlani called Dev with Mr. Bachchan in it.
Right.
I was very proud of that film. So, and of course, the ones that everybody loves, which is, you know, whether it's Jab We Met or all the recent films. You have done one of my films,
Yeah.
which I think it was such a bold
It was a
subject.
good subject, very nice subject.
Very nice and very bold film.
Well, and also I think I respect a husband's choice. And there are a lot of people who don't want to work. That's good.
Yeah.
We should actually. I think we should respect human choice.
Absolutely.
That's what all modern world is about.
Yeah. So I'm glad that we also backed that kind of a film because not many
And it did
people
well.
have that. And it
I
did
made
well.
money.
As long as you made money.
Yeah,
Next
we
time
made
you have to
money
share it
them.
with me.
And I mean, who are your do releases? You know, give you sleepless nights, and how do you take to a very hit movie and a very mediocre and not a very hit movie?
I think that because, you know, I've had so many releases in a span of 20 years that I've been, you know, I'm pretty grounded. I have my feet on the ground, you know. I know exactly that if sometimes a film doesn't work, there are obviously reasons for it. And if a film works, there's obviously, you know, there is a reason. And in today's time, I think script is king. No star is above the script. I think the last 2-3 years in this industry has proved.
Because different kind of movies are stuck there.
Yeah.
There's no formula film now.
No. And I think today there are no superstars. I think the script is
There's superstar.
everything because anybody can give a successful film. You
And
know,
you're not known to do rehearsals and you're a very spontaneous
yeah,
actress.
I am.
That must be a real, that's a real surprise because if you don't shoot, how do you feel when you put on the grease and go before the lights?
Of course, I love it.
I love it.
I'm till today like excited about my work, and that's why I want to continue working. Like I said, that I'll continue working all my life. You know.
But what motivates you to work? Is it fame? Is it ego? Is it money? Is it success?
No, it's also. I think it's a lot to do with the fact that, you know, I'm allowed to do what I want. You know, I have a nice choice and I have a nice life where I can work and do exactly what I want and take time off also. I spend a lot of time with my family because now I have a son. And money is there, I mean, because I think I'm a sensible Sindhi. There is a little Sindhi blood in me.
Right.
So I have that. And I'm also somebody who would want to save.
So it's a combination of factors which makes you work.
I think so.
I mean, you enjoy it and it provides you a good living.
Yeah,
it allows
yeah.
you balance in life.
And what about, you have 3 children, do you give them as advice?
Well, my children, my sons are 10, my daughter is 15. My advice to my children is I want to teach them to give first of all.
Yeah.
Second, I want them to be responsible citizens. Third, I want them to do what they enjoy in life. They had enough wealth. So I want to be liberal towards them. I want to accept whatever they are.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be what I want them to be.
No,
I want them
absolutely.
to be what they want.
Yeah, they have to follow their heart and their passion.
And I don't want to interfere in their life beyond a point.
Yeah.
Because I and Rekha, it's our life. Beyond a point,
Yeah,
they will not be interested in us.
No.
We will not be interested in them.
Yeah.
So I don't want to intrude into their life.
But they are studying where now?
They are studying in Bombay in a school called Hill Spring.
Ah, Hill Spring.
All three of them.
It's supposed to be very good.
Yeah, it's a good school. And so how do you bring, you yourself were the daughter of celebrities. How do you keep away Taimur? How do you give him time and keep away from the paparazzi? And what effect does that have on him?
I think that, one thing is there is because Saif is very open and he's very liberal minded. I think he's one of the most liberal citizens, I would say. His mind is very, very open. His approach to life is very different. So he's like, I don't want to cover my son's face and take them in front of the media. He was like, because that will scar him even further.
More. And the paparazzi will come even more.
Yeah. So he was like, if this is it, one day or the other they'll get tired of clicking him. And yeah, I mean, he is just Saif Ali Khan and Kareena Kapoor's son, but he's actually not a celebrity. I mean, I think the media has made him that, but Saif is like, who is he? He's nobody. He's just our son. It doesn't matter. He has to go out there and prove himself.
So you devote a lot of time to him?
I devote all my time to him because in fact, I don't like leaving him for a second.
More time to Saif or to Taimur?
Well, I think Saif would say that we give him equal time because I think we all three enjoy spending time together. That's the most important.
I sometimes feel that having a child changes the relationship of a couple. Do you feel that? Has the relationship with Saif changed after Taimur came?
Well, I think that, Saif, yes, complains that we go out a lot much less, him and me. Earlier, it would just be like, chalo, we could pick up and go and, say that, okay, let's go for a short trip somewhere. Or whether it was 2 days or, you can just leave. But now I think it's all about...
The priorities change.
Yeah.
He's the first priority rather than each other.
Yeah,
At least until he is 15, 20.
I think so.
Yeah, I also feel so.
And I am that type. And of course, he's my firstborn, so...
And whenever I and Rekha may have some differences on some matters, but as far as the children are concerned, we are united absolutely.
No, of course. There's no two ways about it. That's just the way, it is. But how should Taimur save money? I think you should be the right person who should be giving me those tips.
See, when a lady says about money, one lady asked me, how should I become rich? I said, don't, learn from somebody, marry a rich man. That's the best and easiest way of getting rich.
Is that the easiest way? Is that the easiest way?
Yeah, I think that's the easiest way, the way with the least effort.
Well.
Anyway, but money is
Yeah, it's a relative term.
It's a relative term, but we have to be careful about it. We have to respect it. I mean, it's not something which we can take for granted. It's not something I always, despite all the wealth God has given me, I still want value in whatever I spend.
Yeah, of course.
And so, how do you decide Saif? It was after, don't mind me asking it, but after what his sister went through, broken marriage, and what do you think of the issue of marriage, and how did you decide, and what made you choose Saif finally?
No, I think everybody's path is very different, and I think love is something that's love, it's something that you feel. And I never once ever thought that, okay, this is it, or he's 10 years older than me. He's also been married before. I think all those criteria don't matter, I think it's about the person and it's about the time that you spend with him. And I think that...
He seems a very fun-loving person.
Well, yeah, he's funny, but he's now too much of a home bird.
Really?
Yeah, he'd rather now be home. Maybe it's because of Taimur. I don't know.
Because of you, we don't know.
Yeah, well, I think it's a combination.
What made you finally decide?
I think that the minute I knew when I met Saif, it was actually, I knew that this is not going to be like a casual relationship. The minute I met him, I knew that this is going to be something more than just a relationship. And I think, he's added a lot to my life also in terms of, just being so open, in terms of being supportive, in terms of allowing me to work during my pregnancy, after marriage. In terms of overall approach of actually even my career, he's shown me that there's more to life than just probably movies or... investing
He's
in
widening
this.
the horizons
About life in general, which I think a man should do to a woman.
How does it feel to be a Begum? Especially when you go to Pataudi.
I think that now those titles are not there, but of course, I think it's just a respect because his family. It's a family home. It's very, very close to Saif's heart, and in fact, we've taken it back now, and Saif has done up the whole place.
You also opened a hotel partly there?
No, that's not. It used to be a hotel. Now it's not.
Not.
And it's like a home. It's something that Saif has grown up there. But I obviously don't take any of the titles seriously. In fact, I think always the original Begum will always be my mom-in-law because she's,
How's the relationship with your
amazing.
mom-in-law? I think she's one of the funniest actors India has ever produced.
Absolutely. I think she's one of the most spectacular, graceful women I've ever met. And I think it's
She lives in Bombay now?
she lives in Delhi.
Delhi.
And I think it's difficult big shoes to fill. Because, I think she's aced everything in her life.
And Saif has one sister.
He has two sisters. Yeah.
One is an actress.
One is an actress, Soha's in the movie. Sabha is not. She's a jewelry designer. And Saif has always been into acting, and he.
How do you stay so fit? You glow like a bulb, and you're absolutely fit.
Well, I think I would like to give the credit to Rujuta Devekar, one of the leading dietitians in India, somebody who's actually transformed my life and approach to eating. You should also go to her, is my recommendation.
Sure.
Because she's scientifically changes your diet in a way that suits your body. It doesn't kind of.
But she's changed the diet of a Kapoor. They love food.
But I eat everything. She kind of, gives you that diet according to what you like.
And how many escape meals a week?
Like she says there's nothing known as escape meals. You have to eat basic sattvic food. You have to eat normal, good ghar ka khana and be happy with that. Like fine, once in a while, of course, if you want once a month or something, some pizza or fries or something like that, that's allowed. But otherwise, it's just a way of life, that you have to live.
And fitness, you work out every day? Or?
I enjoy working out. So at least 4 times a week, both Saif and me like to, whether it's weights or whether it's a lot of yoga. I think the best exercise would be like being able to walk outdoors. But I think it's very difficult in this city for us.
Yeah, difficult anywhere in the world. You recognize people mob you.
Yeah, like if you're traveling abroad, like Europe or London, I think it's still okay. Even though now London is
full of people who want to view film stars.
Yeah, no, it is. The summer. Were you there in the summer?
No, I was not there this summer.
Because it was full of Indians.
Full of Indians.
Yeah.
Oh, you feel it. When I go there, you feel like walking in Bombay. Every street you find, you meet somebody whom you know.
Do you have a home in London?
No, I don't have a home in
London. Okay.
And what beyond are you looking at Hollywood?
Actually, not really. I haven't really thought of Hollywood because, it needs that time, it needs that dedication, that passion to go out there, make a career and a life. And I think the Kapoors are so rooted in India. And now my family, my son is here.
So I respect your practicality. Right?
As you, this conversation, you realize that I'm a very practical girl.
You practically satisfied. You're doing life at its reality.
Yeah.
Right? And what about direct a film, produce a film?
Well, like I said, if you're investing in my movie, I'll think about directing it.
Well, you give me a script, I can think about it.
Well, yeah, the last one we did was Ki and Ka. Are you planning to invest in any other films now? Have you?
I haven't. If someone approaches me, I'll look at it.
But after that, you've not?
No, I have made all the films with Balki.
Only with Balki?
Yeah, because, see, the film industry is an unsavory place, not easy place to trust.
Yeah.
And I don't mind losing money. But I mind being cheated.
No,
so, with Balki and all, I feel safe. Whatever he does, he does absolutely perfectly.
That is true. So, you're saying you've only done his films?
Yeah, only his films.
So, now after that, you've not
done anything. And you shoot, 10 days, 20 days a month, or
so
it's off and on?
Yeah, I think it's off and on, especially after Taimur's birth. It's like probably like one film at a time because I mean, I can't do like 3 films and be busy 30 days a month because I don't want to be busy. I could if I want, but I think with both parents being actors, it's very difficult. One of us
No,
need
and
to
my
be
advice
around.
to you is also that since you've already been in the industry for 20 years, after a certain time you must limit the number of roles.
Yeah, it can't just be
That
like
gives you
5 years.
longevity.
Absolutely.
Look at Amir, he makes one film at a time.
Yeah.
I think Amir will have the longest career as an actor.
He will.
Because he
Definitely.
never overexposes himself.
Yeah, 1 film in 2 years.
And that also gives you quality of life.
Yeah, you can enjoy
Life
your life
and
and your
your
career.
career.
You know, like I don't want to be like the herd now where like, there's like 5 films. I've done that. I don't need to do that anymore.
So, do you get angry on Taimur many times?
Right now he's too small because he's barely 3.
Right.
You know?
So, you get angry, what do you do? Pee jate hai?
Yeah, now I think at this age till there, I think around 5 years old, as you must know. I don't think you've ever got angry with your kids.
Not really.
Yeah.
I've never used my hands against them.
No, that I don't think. I think that parents should never do, in fact. But I think this age till there are at least 5, I think we require patience more than anything else.
Right.
Because they're, still figuring out their whole life.
What is your ultimate ambition?
Well, I think the ultimate ambition is to be content. There's a difference between happiness and contentment.
I think I feel that, if you go to a temple, you ask for Shanti. Shanti is contentment.
Yeah.
If you are contented, you are happy, I feel.
Exactly.
No amount of success, no amount of wealth can give you happiness unless you are contented.
Exactly. So I think the ultimate ambition is like that, to be content and yeah, then lead a nice,
Life.
but a happy, luxurious life, yeah.
What
Because I
about-
worked for so long, so I'm like,
What irritates you the most?
oh, what irritates me the most? Well, I would say nowadays it would be social media. I think now everything is on social media and सब कुछ आ रहा है, कभी Instagram पे आ रहा है या Twitter पे आ रहा है. I think एक
There's so
जिंदगी
much of
की जो
intrusion.
एक rawness थी, वो life की जो एक, that was there, that conversation, that things that were private. I don't know, everything is just lost in translation now.
Right.
And that irritates me a lot.
So you would say the life or the warmth or the mystery of things is
Every
ending.
relationship is now about an Instagram post or a tweet or...
Do you use the net a lot?
Well, not really. I mean, I know I'm aware of things that happen. I'm not active on social media, but I'm aware of its
You can live without your phone?
pros and cons. The only thing why I can't live without my phone is I'm in touch with my family and my son also a lot, like what's happening if I'm out. But yeah, nowadays a birthday wish is also wished on like Instagram and
Absolutely.
Twitter. I
All
don't think somebody
invitations-
would call.
All invitations are now on WhatsApp.
Yeah, on WhatsApp or now everyone's like, "Arey, but I wished you, I put it on Instagram." But I'm
Right.
like, but nobody called to wish me. A personal call is also
Right.
important. So I miss that.
And as you look into the future, what scares you?
What scares me? Well, I think just loss of family, because I think that's so important.
Right.
Strength comes from there. Strength to work also comes from there, I think. When your base is, happy and settled, then you can fly.
You can't glow and your face can't be good if you are not internally happy.
Exactly.
I think that is and I think you must watch an interview that Rishi Kapoor and Neetu Singh have given.
Yes.
What an interview that
When
on
they were in
YouTube.
New York,
When they were in
right?
New
Yeah.
York. How
That
they shared
was like
the
a brilliant interview.
I mean, I tell you, every married couple should see that. It's a really lovely.
I think everyone saw that and really it was so good.
Good, really. And how does Sharmila ji look up in Taimur? She was getting.
Yeah, I think now with Taimur as well as Inaya, I think she's in her best phase, I think, as a grandmom. And I think she's very excited, even though she lives in Delhi. But we go to Pataudi quite often. And she tries to see them as much as she can.
How far is Pataudi from Delhi?
In fact, Delhi airport, say, to Pataudi Palace, it's exactly like, I would say, an hour.
That's all.
Door to door, max an hour 15.
So she lives in Pataudi.
She lives in Delhi but goes very often to Pataudi. And winters is when we also like to go.
Go there. Delhi food is lovely at that time.
Yeah, North Indian cuisine is the best, no?
वो दिवेकर उसका फोन नहीं आता होगा?
नहीं वो अलाउ करती है. That's what she says. She'll allow. She'll say घर पे बनाओ and खाओ. That's her mantra.
Mantra. What else? Would you like to ask something else?
Well, I think that I'm actually honored to be seated with you and have this conversation.
I'm very excited to be seated with a pretty girl like you.
No, I'm going to tell my father that we had this interview. And what is your view? Like, I want you to know in the last question, tell me and our viewers that do you think that actually the stock market is like the way it's projected to be? Or like
How is it projected to
like
be?
where you saw in Saif did a film called Bazaar, which was all about the numbers.
They're all humbugs.
No?
Bazaar script was totally humbug.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Oh,
the
God.
market is and remember one thing, the stock market is a requirement of this country.
Yeah.
Right? And see, just as in any field there are manipulators, there are good people.
Right.
It's a place where people have to save money. Have to put their savings. Right? And it's a medium it's a medium by which money goes from savers to users.
Yeah.
Right? So the stock market is not actually, stock market is like a woman. Always commanding, always mischievous, always uncertain,
Yeah.
always volatile, always exciting.
Yeah.
And I will personally advise you that you should invest a good amount of your money in the stock market.
So give me some
You
good
need-
companies
I
and
think
shares
you
to tell
need,
me.
you need professional expertise
Right.
for it, but tax-wise it's very advantageous. Because on stock market income, the tax is much lower.
Okay.
But you're paying a lot of taxes.
Well, like I said, I'm a good citizen. I
Yeah,
vote,
yeah,
I pay my tax. I'm very, very clean and good like that.
But you have had no interaction with the stock market.
Actually not, even I don't
But
know.
why should you? For what reason?
Yeah, I don't know so much about it. And like even I know that my mum doesn't know as much.
know
Like
much.
I said, like you just said that we need the proper financial
No, I can meet her one day
advice.
and tell her
yeah,
what I
yeah,
know.
I think you must. I'm going to tell her.
Yeah, sure,
Dad,
sure.
too, I'm going to tell her because she also has a sharp mind.
Sure.
That will be great.
Good. God bless.
Thank you so much.
Not at all.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
this, really.